Hello my little gang of nasties. This is going to be a video showing you exactly how to study and prepare for the ASCP exam utilizing LabCE MediaLab. So I'm going to open up your internet browser and we're going to type in LabCE. If you don't have LabCE MediaLab, maybe your facility doesn't offer it, maybe you've never heard of it, I'm going to go through it with you. MediaLab is the one that has continuing education and exam preparation for medical laboratory science students and medical laboratory science professionals. In this case, since we're a student, we want to go to the exam simulators, which is up here. I have my cursor kind of highlighting it right here. And we're going to go to exam simulator for MLS MLT. This is where you would purchase it. This is a paid platform, right? This isn't something that you just get for free like some of the things that I offer. Honey, LabCE wants their money. So it has over 5,000 questions with images and feedback. This is going to help you prepare for your ASCP exam, your AMT exam, or even your AAB exam. You can take mock exams or focus on specific subject areas, which I will show you in a moment. And it's $99, so just add that to your cart and purchase it. It's going to be worth your while. In the meantime, since I have it, I've already done the purchase and add to cart. I'm going to log in, and this is going to be your back page. If you're in a place and you can't figure it out, maybe your facility already gave you access and there's another section, so there's courses that you can take, and then there is your exam simulator. So if you can't find the exam simulator, you need to go up here to this apps over here up in the top right corner. You'll click apps. You have your courses in which you can learn, do your continuing education credits, which is what I do as a medical laboratory professional, that I need to maintain not only my license but my ASCP certification. And then I have my exam simulator here. So here's the back page for exam simulator. What you want to do is go to this thing right here. It says start a new exam simulator. I'm going to click that, and you have all these different options that you can do, which is crazy. This is a lot of things that you can use to study, ways in which you can use to study. So if I were you and I had no idea where to start, how to start, the first thing I'm going to do is take a full-length computer adaptive test. Whether you're an MLS or an MLT, you click the one that you want to do. This is going to give you the best gauge as to where you're scoring and what your weakest and strongest points are. We don't want to do just a regular ASCP BOC because that's not adapting to our level of difficulty as the computer adaptive testing is. If you don't know what computer adaptive testing is, it's adapting to the person who's taking the test. For example, if I get a level 2 question right, the next question will be a level 3 and level 4 and level 5. So long as I'm getting those questions correct, it's going to increase the level of difficulty, thus giving me more points. Now, if I get a level 8 question wrong, it'll back up and give you a lesser difficulty question. Maybe it'll give me a level 7. Maybe it'll give me a level 4. Who knows? I don't really know exactly how their AI or algorithm works, but I do know the harder the question, the harder the level of difficulty of question that you get correct, the more it'll continue to get difficult until you get it wrong. And then as you get them incorrect, it'll back up and give you ease. So that's why we want to see what you're scoring on a real full-length exam, rather than just doing 100 random questions. Once you do that, you're gonna get a score breakdown. We wanna be scoring between a 60 to 80% in every single time you take these. Every time you do 15 questions, every time you do 25 questions, every time you do 100 questions, you wanna be scoring between a 60 to 80% to feel confident that you could pass this exam. Once you kind of figure out, you probably already know, most students already know what their weakest subjects are. So for example, my personal weakest subject is chemistry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to selected areas. Selected areas gives you seven major content areas. Blood bank, chemistry, hematology, microbiology are your big heavy hitters. That's 17 to 22% of your ASCP exam. That's what it comprises. Then you have your lower hitters that are a little bit smaller of a section, which are lab ops and UA and body fluids. This immunology section right here is included in blood bank, chem, hematology, and microbiology because you can find immunology in all of those things. It's not its own scored section on the ASCP exam. Now that I know that chemistry is my weakest subject, I'm gonna start there and I'm gonna devise a 7-week plan. Each week, I'm going to do one major content area. Why? Because how the hell are you going to study all of these different things and not give yourself a chance to really understand and interconnect the departments, the concepts, the way in which they're asking questions? Breaking it down section by section is going to give you that time. You're going to sit here and be like, okay, My brain is, chemistry switch is on right now. I'm gonna do proteins, lipids, carbs, acid, base, metabolic syndrome, all that chemistry stuff. That's what my brain is on. Everything else can kick rocks for now. But this week, I'm gonna do chemistry. I'm gonna click that plus button and I'm gonna see 4 subsections of chemistry. We have Gen Chem, proteins, enzymes, acid, base, blood gases, electrolytes, and special chemistry. What I would do day by day is break it down by each of these. I know for me, I'm really good at Gen Chem. I'm horrendous at proteins, enzymes, acid, base, blood gases, electrolytes, and I'm decent in special chemistry. So kind of ascertain what your weaknesses and strengths are within that section as well. And if you don't know, you can click the plus sign and see what the subsection is, right? Week 1, I'm starting in chemistry. On Monday, I'm going to do 1 day, 50 practice questions of general chemistry. If I can do 100, that's even better. After I do those 50 to 100 questions, I'm going to go over the ones I got wrong. That will help me reinforce the material, understand why I got the question wrong, what I missed, what keywords were there. If I got it down to 2 answer choices and why I chose the incorrect one, I will go through all of the answer choices and say, now I know a little bit about each of these things. So when I get another question about it, because my chemistry brain is on right now, I can recall the information that I got from this question and use it on another question. So Monday, I'm doing general chemistry. Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm doing proteins and enzymes. Thursday and Friday, I'm gonna do acid, base, blood gases, and electrolytes. Saturday, I'm gonna do special chemistry. And then Sunday, I'm gonna take a new full-length exam. A whole nother one. I know it's annoying, but you got to do it. You should find a lot of ease in the chemistry section since you just spent a whole week doing chemistry. You should see a noticeable increase in your score too because you've spent a whole week in one department and you feel so solid on that, right? I know my next week is probably microbiology. Microbiology is broken up into 4 subsections as well. I'm really good with gram stains and stains. I honestly don't think I need to spend too much time in that in general. Same thing with post-analytic procedures, but I do know for dang sure my slants, I'm no bueno at. My mycobacteriology, parasitology, a little shaky there, right? I know I might do 25 questions in pre-analytical procedures, see where I score, and then I'm not even gonna waste a whole day on it. I'm gonna go straight to bacteriology. I'm gonna click this plus sign, and I'm gonna go to identification methods. I might do 25 questions there, and then do another 25 questions in this whole subsection of pre-analytical procedures. At least I spent the day, sorry, not pre-analytical, analytical procedures. At least I spent the day learning in 2 different sections and pinpointing the things that I really need help with. So that's Monday. Tuesday, I'm going to do mycology. Wednesday, microbacteriology. Thursday, parasitology. Friday, virology. And Saturday, I'll do my post-analytic procedures. Sunday, I'm going to take a full-length test and repeat the process. So this is all rinse and repeat until you've gone through all 6 of these major content areas. Your last week, so I said 7 weeks. There's 6 major content areas, but I said 7 weeks. What's that 7th week for? That's when you're doing banging it out, doing random practice questions, right? So you're going to go, you'll do random questions and you'll select your amount here and you want to do it in review mode. We don't want to do it in test mode unless you're taking the actual exam, but review mode, extremely important. So you can get feedback immediately. You get the question right or wrong, boom, I want to know if I got the question right or wrong so I can review it, understand it. Next question, since my chemistry brain is on, might have something similar with that. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm aware of why I got the question wrong and how I got the question wrong and how I can apply that to other questions. Your last week is going to be random practice questions and pinpointing your weakest of things that you're still not getting. Go in here and you can select the area that you need help with, but always go back to random questions and do at least 50 per day. Say you take your exam on a Friday. On that Thursday, I don't want you to do anything. Don't even look at MediaLab LabCE. Close your textbook, turn off your phone, go get a massage. I don't know. Go do what satisfies your soul the day before your exam because you need to give your brain a moment to rest. When you go into that exam, I don't know if you are a person of faith, if you're a person that believes in something, make sure that you either say a prayer or sing something or whatever you need to do to make sure that you cast your worries onto another being and you make sure that you are calling in good energy going into this exam, right? After all this work that you've put in, doing 50, 100 practice questions a day, you got it. You already went through a program. You already work as a tech. You've already been through so much stuff in life to get you to this point. Now just go do it. All that being said, I hope that this helped you come up with a better game plan for yourself, and I will see you in the inner circle of Microscope Views.